After spending a few days filming the coolest neighborhood in the world, we ventured south to visit what may be the most popular area in Mexico for expats from the United States.
Ajijic Mexico is located about an hour south of Guadalajara on the northern shore of Lake Chapala.
It's a pueblo mágico, or magic town, which just means it has a lot of cultural and historical significance.
Ajijic is a beautiful town, and we are so glad we finally spent some time there, but it wasn't at all what we expected.
Wow, look at the view.
I know, it's gorgeous.
Kind of reminds me of Mindo with these mountains.
Yeah, and the weather is perfect. Love it. All right, let's go, JP. I'm very excited.
It's about a 15 to 20 minute walk into the heart of El Centro and Ajijic from the Airbnb where we stayed. We'll give you a tour of that in a little bit. These roads are a little tricky to walk on.
I know.
Because they're like cobblestones.
It's a different form of road hazard or sidewalk hazard here, I guess, because they're very bumpy.
Yeah, I noticed everybody drives really slowly here too.
Which is a good thing.
I bet they have to replace their shocks regularly.
Yeah.
I think we found the lake, Amelia.
I know, I am excited.
Lake Chapala.
Lake Chapala is massive.
It is a really big lake.
We were so excited to go check out the town, but the first thing we wanted to do was go see the lake.
Lake Chapala is the biggest lake in Mexico, and it is really big. It's also home to some waterfowl that are not found anywhere else in the world. So if you're a bird lover, it's a great place to go.
It was pretty cloudy on our first day, but that was because of the impending hurricane. It's normally very hot and dry there, and we were not expecting that. We were thinking it was going to be cooler like it was when we lived in Denver.
Yeah, it's about the same elevation as Denver, but that hurricane pumped a lot of moisture into the area. Luckily, it went north and didn't hit us. Well, there's no way down to the town from there, Amelia, so we're going to have to walk back.
Yeah, that's all right. It's so peaceful. I'm enjoying our walking. If you're dreaming about joining the expat exodus, then hit the subscribe button and ring that bell because we show you where to go and how to live there.
A lot of the vehicles we've seen driving on these bumpy roads sound exactly like that one. They sound like they're just a few more blocks away from falling apart.
Sorry, I just really want to walk around and explore. I'm very excited, but also very relaxed at the same time. It's muy tranquilo aquí.
I'm enjoying this a lot.
I know,
it's really beautiful.
It really is.
It's funny how all of those old trucks sound exactly the same. Squeaky, bouncy, in need of new shocks. Amelia, that's a sable tree. With the big old cotton balls on it.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We have those in Ecuador.
Yeah, we have those all over Ecuador.
Yeah. But look at the beautiful flowers. I don't know what those are. Are those ones that are like paper?
Yeah, they're like paper plant or something. Let us know in the comments what the name of that plant is. We see those all over Ecuador too. Hey, there's a wine tasting.
Oh.
Maybe we should go check that out.
We might have to, although since we haven't really been drinking, that might be a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, might hit us pretty hard.
Yeah.
We heard a lot about the Lake Chapala Society when we were there. Seems like everybody we met told us we should go check it out.
Yeah, they were having a wine tasting on our first day, which looked like a lot of fun, although we were busy exploring and we did not want to stop and partake in wine and then need a siesta.
Yeah.
But they host a lot of other events too, and you pay a membership fee and then you get free classes, and they have yoga and they have other meetup events, and they do a lot of stuff around the community.
Yeah, it's a great way to meet other people and network with all the other expats in the area.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other things for expats to do too. We saw a place that had pickleball and poker and all sorts of fun stuff.
This place is very Orwellian. Casa Blanca means White House, and yet it's blue. Shouldn't it be Casa Azul? Ajijic apparently has a little something for everyone.
Yeah, we were not expecting to see that.
Hola.
Hola.
First thing we did was walk down to the Malecón because it's kind of famous and beautiful, so we wanted to see what that looked like. We saw a lot of shops and restaurants and touristy stuff on our way down there.
Yeah, even a bar that had saddles, so you could literally saddle up to the bar.
Yep. When we got down to the Malecón, there was a woman selling boat tours around the lake, so you could go right around the lake. She spoke some English, but we were really happy to be able to talk to her in Spanish, thanks to today's sponsor, LingoPie.
LingoPie is a great way to learn a foreign language like Spanish. They use popular TV shows, YouTube videos, and movies to teach you conversational Spanish.
We've been watching Traveling Around Mexico with Ale Toledano to prepare for our Mexico adventure while learning more Spanish.
There are a lot of learning tools built into the LingoPie interface. You can toggle the English and Spanish captions on or off, play a sentence again to make sure you heard it correctly, and practice saying it to yourself.
You can also loop a sentence to help with comprehension. You can adjust the speed to go at your own pace. I really like that feature. The flashcards will also help you review and practice words and phrases.
LingoPie is always adding new shows and features to help you learn faster and stay motivated.
And that's why it's one of our favorite ways to learn and practice Spanish.
Click the link below to save 55% on the annual plan. We thoroughly enjoyed walking around the Malecón. It is beautiful, it's so well maintained and clean. It looks like it's brand new. The sidewalk is nice and flat, so it's very easy to walk. And we saw lots of people out enjoying it.
We didn't realize that Ajijic was such a tourist hotspot. We really thought it was just mainly a place to go live, but man, it's just full of tourists.
We also didn't expect it to be so quiet and peaceful because we're used to a lot more noise coming from Ecuador.
Yeah, especially along the Malecons in Ecuador. It's usually party central.
We were there on a Friday and it really wasn't that crowded and it was very quiet and calm.
There's your skate park, Amelia.
Yeah, I'd like to see somebody else using it. I will not be making an attempt.
The Chihuahua.
So cute.
Hola, Chihuahua.
We weren't expecting it to be so beautiful. Unconventionals, the views are amazing. You have the views of the lake and those mountains, and I just loved it.
It felt like a manicured jungle to me. It was very jungle-like, especially with all the birds and the bugs. But everything was perfectly manicured. They were people working around the town all the time to keep it all clean and trimmed.
I love hearing all the birds and not hearing blasting music.
Yeah, it's really quiet and peaceful here.
Sure
I know I think I've said peaceful a dozen times. But. We also weren't expecting so many bugs.
Yeah, this one really surprised me. Living in Denver for so many years at the same elevation and the same type of climate, we did not have a lot of bugs. And then when we lived in Cuenca, it was the same way. We had lots of bugs in Olón, but we were on the coast, so you're gonna expect to see more mosquitoes. But I got a lot of mosquito bites. I was not very happy about that.
Well, that was a nice walk, but I am hungry. My stomach's growling, so let's go find something to eat.
I am with ya. I am hungry too.
So,
all this leisurely strolling has made me work up quite the appetite.
So we're gonna walk into El Centro in the center part of town and see if we can find a restaurant to maybe sit on a street side cafe or something. Feels a little bit like we're walking through Smurfville.
It's pretty, I love it.
So colorful.
I know. I just fit.
I do not.
No. Reminds me of Cuenca and India.
Yeah, just like the vine we had in our yard in Cuenca.
Yes.
Did we find our lunch spot?
I think so. Let's go.
All right.
We didn't find a street side cafe, but we did find a really cute little garden restaurant.
What were your thoughts about lunch, Amelia?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. I almost thought I forgot my piece of pizza. I would have gone back for that. That's how good it was. It was light. It was super flavorful. I am just loving our food adventures here in Mexico.
Yeah, the crust was crispy too.
It was.
Made out of chickpeas.
So flavorful. And that cake, my gosh, it was so rich but light at the same time. Wow.
It was like a tres leches.
Yeah, I would like another piece of that.
Yeah, she only had one piece, so we had to share.
So now we need to go get some money because we're out of pesos.
Yep, no más pesos.
The food was excellent, and it was 447 pesos, which is around $23.
We were also not expecting to hear so much English. All of the tables at that restaurant were occupied by English speakers. It was very surprising. Amelia, they have a Thai restaurant.
I know.
Simply Thai.
We love Thai. We're gonna have Thai food in Mexico. That doesn't seem right, but we had Indian food in Mexico, so why not?
Well, it's spicy, so maybe they know how to do it right here.
Let's find out. We didn't end up eating at Simply Thai. We actually went to a different Thai restaurant, which was amazing. And there is a lot of different restaurants in Ajijic. So if you are a foodie, this is a great place to go. They also have a lot of different options for people with different dietary requirements. Ajijic was founded in 1531. It is old. It's almost 500 years old. And it has so much personality. You've got the traditional, but then there's been a lot of revitalization. The town square is super popular with families and tourists and expats and just people who want to chillax and enjoy the area. There's some shops and restaurants and activities right around there, so you will not get bored. And they do even more stuff on the weekends.
There's also an ATM machine right there off the park, and we were not expecting such high ATM fees. They charged me $9 to take out $40 in cash. There's an old chapel in the square and a gazebo and lots of sculptures and art. In fact, we saw sculptures all over the town. Yeah, it's quite the carving.
Wow, that is incredible. And there are a lot of beautiful murals all throughout the town.
Think this is what they do to their students? This is how you end up after you go to this Escuela Primavera?
I don't know. I do think it's really cool though. Wow.
It's caramelized with agave cider.
Wow.
Oh my God.
So good.
Wow. These tequilas, I was afraid to taste tequila because I thought it was going to be super strong. They are incredible.
Yes.
And they're sweet and delicious.
Yes.
And you said this is a 100-year tradition from your
Family
family?
to family.
Wow. Oh, these are amazing. Thanks for telling us to come in here. Wow, JP, incredible. This is my new favorite place. My spidey sense were at work. I thought maybe this was a panaderia, but my chocolate sensor knew better, and wow, the chocolate is amazing. I'm really glad we came in here. The tequila was really good too. I was afraid it was going to be way too strong and I was going to be gagging, but it was very, very smooth and drinkable, but I did not buy any. We were excited to see the masa madre because we love our sourdough bread, and they had some different types here than we get in Ecuador. So we bought the arándanos con pistaches, I think it is, which is cranberries and pistachios. Yum!
¿Cuánto cuesta?
95 pesos.
So it's 95 pesos and you drop a zero, so it's 950 divided by 2, which is 425. So is that right? No, 475. 475. I'll get the math right here eventually.
The nice thing about here is that, yeah, I need to watch for cars, but they move so slowly. I'm not really afraid, like in Cuenca.
Ooh, I love these shirts. Those look like guayaberas, right? Isn't that what they call them in Guayaquil? Look at this pretty guy.
Oh, he's handsome.
Wow.
That was muy cool.
Oh, he's gonna take it down. Amelia, close your eyes.
Seeing that dog come up and then decide to poop in the middle of the street really made us feel like we were back home in Ecuador. That was hilarious.
Our Airbnb was located in the La Floresta neighborhood. It's super nice, quiet neighborhood. The Airbnb was a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with a beautiful yard and a fully stocked kitchen. Great place to stay.
It was so quiet and dark there at night, obviously.
Yeah, it was really dark at night. Perfect sleeping weather. We don't get paid to show our Airbnbs, but if we don't show them, then we get a lot of questions about where we stayed and what it was like. So we just decided to give you a brief little tour. It also helps bust the myth that everyone outside the US lives in a dirt floor shack. So we like to show them to give you an idea of what is available.
The next morning, we wanted to go to the grocery store, so we walked the other direction, which is east, to Walmart. Yes, I said Walmart. And to a store called Super Lake.
The Walmart, we didn't film in there. It looks just like every other Walmart. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. The Super Lake is really nice, though. It's a grocery store with a lot of brands that you will find in the United States and Canada. So you're gonna feel at home there. The people that own it pretty much cater to the expat community.
Yeah, they even had my favorite pretzels. I was so excited to see that, although I ate way too many during that trip. But they had other brands there as well, like Bob's Red Mill, and just stuff that we don't ever see in Ecuador.
Next door to Super Lake is a well-stocked liquor store with a large wine selection and all the beer and liquor you'll ever need. Another thing we weren't expecting, though, are all the cobblestone streets. It's certainly not handicap accessible. It's hard to walk on those. After we dropped off our groceries at the Airbnb, we walked back in to see a busier part of Ajijic.
Yeah, and the walk over was so beautiful. That La Floresta neighborhood, the streets are really wide. They're all that cobblestones, but the houses are really big and beautiful and very well manicured and well maintained and colorful.
That is an old building, Amelia.
Yeah, I bet you this has a lot of history.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the first. I think that's made with like the mud, the old mud adobe style bricks. I think there's a soccer game.
I think so.
Football.
Football.
Gotta call it football, the proper name when we're in a Latin American country.
I know, I almost said when we're in Ecuador. But we were in Mexico.
This wall here looks like a castle.
Yeah, it's really pretty. These trees are so huge.
They are massive. Hola.
Hola.
Wow, beautiful dog.
Another perfect day here. It is absolutely beautiful. Some stores selling fruits and vegetables here like we're used to in Ecuador, because we did not see any of those places in Guadalajara. The little mercaditos, or they're called abordates here, just are mostly snack food and convenience food items.
It is Saturday, so there are a lot of people out today. It was really quiet when we were walking around yesterday on a Friday. It's very, very busy today. A lot of people from Guadalajara come here for the weekend. This also reminds me a lot of Olón or Montanita, this stretch. The main part of Ajijic reminds me a lot of Cotacachi. Another rooftop dog.
Arborotes, I said it wrong, JP.
Arborotes?
It's not, I said arborotes, it's arborotes. That's the term for mercadito here.
Arborotes. It's like a little mercado, teeny tiny tienda.
Yes.
See a lot of Audis, BMWs, and Mercedes here. Ooh, CBD oil. Nice.
Good for the back.
Yeah, it helps my back tremendously. And it doesn't make you high. We saw an open house and we wanted to go back and check that out.
And that is where we met Inessa, but we're gonna save all of that story for another video.
If you enjoyed this video, we think you're gonna love our tour of the coolest neighborhood in the world.
And if you want to see more of the Chapala area, then don't forget to leave us a like so that YouTube will notify you of our upcoming videos, because we filmed more in that whole area, including some real estate, so stay tuned.
All right, guys, that's all we have for this video, and we will see you all in our next one. Adios!